Hey, what's up, folks? Chef Jesse here. Uncle Jesse, Chef Jesse, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late to lunch or dinner. Anyway, folks, today we're having shredded beef. And actually, I started cooking that shredded beef last night. Now I'm going to go through it, what we did to the shredded beef. But I'm making shredded beef and some yellow rice. And we got some plantains that I had left over. I didn't want them to go to waste. So I'm going to be frying some plantains, which is not typical of this plate. But, you know, it'll be like a little side order, just to get rid of these plantains because, hey, food is expensive and I just can't let it go to waste. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you how I made this shredded beef. Okay, folks, so what I'm doing today is it's shredded beef, actually. That's what it's shredded beef. Typically, that's what that's what shredded beef. So, but I think it's a Latino dish and I think a lot of Cubans cook it. But they told me that the translation to this shredded beef, they call it ropa vieja, which means old clothes. And that doesn't sound too appetizing, so I'm not gonna call it ropa vieja. I'm gonna call it shredded beef. Hey, some people also told me that they call it carne estofada, which probably means, I don't know, shredded beef. I don't. But we're gonna cook shredded beef today. Call it whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna show you how to make it. And it's going to be good because I've made it before and it always comes out good. So basically what I did, I started out with two pieces, almost a pound each, more or less than a pound each, and of London broiled steak. Okay, I bought it in the supermarket, London broiled steak, and I boiled it. I boiled it for about 2 hours and a half because it was kind of tough, so you have to boil it. And then when it got soft, I took it out. Of course, I took it out of the water and drained it. And then when it was cool, I was able to shred it by hand. And I put it away in the fridge to get it ready for today. And today, I'm going to do the finishing touch. And it's quick. Once you shred the beef and you put it away, it's very simple to add all the ingredients and cook it. So I'm going to show you, I'm making some rice, and I'm going to show you how my shredded beef is already shredded. It's been shredded since last night. And I'm going to show you how I put it together in a few minutes. I'll be right back. Anyway, folks, I'm going to put, this is, I don't know if it's traditional or what, but I'm going to put some potatoes into my shredded beef. I seen this before, and so I'm going to fry some real French fries. I have them in here. Some real French fries. I'm going to add it to the meat. It just gives it a little bit of texture, flavor. So I'm going to fry my fries, my homemade French fries, and I'm going to throw it into the meat, and it's going to become soft and everything. You're going to see how it looks. You probably can't phantom it, but you're going to see it as soon as I put it together. So stay tuned. So, folks, let me do a recap. The shredded beef, I took brisket. I took two pieces of London broil, right? London broil steak, and I boiled it for about 2 hours and a half. It takes a while, and if it's the thicker it is, the more than. So I took it, I put it in the water for about 2 hours and a half. When I stuck a fork in it and took the fork and the meat fell out into the water, that's when I knew it was done. And then I took it out, let it cool off, of course, and took my hands, I put gloves on, took my hands, I shredded it up. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like and then how I'm going to cook it. It's going to be quick. Once it's shredded, it's very easy. Okay, so let's go down to the pan. Okay, so I have it in here. I made it last night, actually. So that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like much right now because that's what it looks like. But let me get a spoon here if I can find it. Okay, so now I put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. Okay, and I'm going to turn on my stove and I'm going to warm this up a minute. I got some potatoes that I'm going to throw in here, and that's what I'm frying here. Okay, that's what I'm doing in there. Okay, so in here I'm going to be using sofrito. Okay, sofrito is basically green peppers, red peppers, onions, and garlic. And this thing called what is it? It's called cilantro and culantro. That's what it is. Okay, and you can make this at home. I don't make it because, you know, I don't use it that much. But it's good for soups and rice and stuff like that. You can get it in a jar in the store. I'm putting 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm putting in some garlic. I'm putting in some sazon. Okay, this is all stuff you get in the supermarket. And I'm using this accent sazon that has culantro and achote. The achote is going to give it the nice red color. I'm going to put tomato sauce. I'm going to put about a half a can of tomato sauce. Okay. And that's it, folks. Very simple. Let this get hot, and then I'm going to start moving it around. Okay. No, and I almost forgot. I'm gonna put some olives in there too. So I'm gonna put some olives, and so folks, there goes your shredded beef. I put the potatoes in there. I mixed everything around so you can get the even color. Okay. Let me taste this. Okay, let me see how this tastes. I'm gonna take a little piece. This is wonderful. I'm gonna let that simmer a little bit, very low, and then I'm gonna check my rice. My rice is done, I think. Look at that. And we should be eating in a few minutes, so stay tuned. So, folks, let's do a recap. I made some shredded beef, which some people call it ropa vieja, which means old clothes. I don't know, that's not too appetizing. Or carne estofada, which is, I don't know, shredded beef. Whatever it is, it looks good, it smells good. And I started out with London broiled steak. I boiled it for about 2 hours and a half. And then I shredded it by hand. I saved it in the fridge for today, and today I put all the ingredients in. I put some adobo, I put some sofrito, some tomato sauce, I threw some potatoes in. I mean, it looks good, it tastes good. So, and then I fried some plantains on the side. The reason I fried the plantains is because I didn't want them to go bad, and I have a lot of food, wasting a lot of food. So the plantains were around, and before they went bad, I fried some plantains. So we're gonna have some plantains with some garlic sauce, and I'm gonna take it to the table, because at the table is when everything looks good. So folks, I'm at the table, and it looks pretty good. It really does. This was very quick. I mean, most of the part is boiling the steak to soften it up. Once you have the steak and you shred it, I mean, all the other ingredients come together. And I did the video, so you gotta watch the video on how to do it, okay? So here, let's turn this camera around and let's see how it looks. Okay, so there it goes. There goes your shredded beef. There's potatoes in there, olives. Very good looking. Very good looking. And there goes some plantains on the side, and we got some garlic in this container here. There's some shredded garlic in there, and that will be added to the plantains, okay? There goes the other plate of food. Look at that, those fries look nice and they're soft, and the plátano's there. And let me take a picture of this because it looks delicious. Plantains. Oh yeah, there we go. So folks, there you got it. Shredded beef and yellow rice. The yellow rice was made simple. You guys know how to make rice. Come on. Yellow rice, very simple. Nothing in it really. I cooked it in with put some like pieces of sausage in it just to give it the flavor in there. And but the beef was made, like I said, shredded it. And then I put tomato sauce. I put sofrito. I put adobo, salt, pepper, garlic, whatever the hell I have whatever I found in my pantry, and it looks good, and it smells good, and I'm pretty sure it's good because I'm Chef Jesse. So anyway, folks, with that said, we'll see what tomorrow we're having pork chops. I think we're having pork chops tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. And let's go back to the kitchen. Okay, folks, that's it. So very simple today. Shredded beef. You call it ropa vieja, call it estofado, whatever you want to call it, but it looks good. So we're gonna go eat it now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Thank you. Much love to you guys. Love you guys. I really do. Have a great night.